Long before Ribeauvillé became a fortified medieval town, this land was part of the Roman Empire. Nestled at the foot of the Vosges Mountains in eastern France, it was likely home to a Gallo-Roman villa, a possibility suggested by ancient coin finds, including a gold piece bearing the image of Emperor Hadrian. The trail leads upward, away from the town. Along the way, unusual rock formations appear. Some rise like towers, others form narrow passages in the hillside. They seem shaped by time, or by hands long forgotten. In the distance, a first glimpse appears, one of the three castles, standing high above, quiet and watchful. From the 11th to the 14th century, the Lords of Ribeaupierre rose to power, building three mighty castles on the heights above: Saint-Ulrich, Girsberg, and Haut-Ribeaupierre. Stone sentinels watching over the land. Our first stop is Saint-Ulrich Castle, the largest and oldest of the three. Its name goes back to a chapel once dedicated to Saint Ulrich of Augsburg, a 10th century bishop known for his role in defending Christendom. The castle grew around this sacred place, rising over the centuries into a powerful stronghold. But the site's story goes further back. Archaeological and historical sources suggest that this rocky outcrop was already occupied in prehistoric times. Though no direct evidence survives of a pagan shrine or altar here, the elevated position and natural formations hint at ancient significance, perhaps even earlier ritual use, long before the castle and the chapel existed. Just a stone's throw away lies our next destination, Girsberg Castle. Built in the early 13th century by the Lords of Ribeaupierre, Girsberg Castle was originally known as the Rock. The name fits. It stands atop a massive granite outcrop, rising nearly 20 meters above the surrounding plateau. Its pentagonal keep and the walls seem to grow directly from the stone, anchored in the very bones of the mountain. Saint-Ulrich on the rock opposite. What a bastion! On the way up to the third castle, we take another look at Girsberg and the Rhine plain in the haze. Haut-Ribeaupierre, the highest of the three castles, secluded, overgrown, and in ruins. Built in the 13th century as a defensive outpost, it later served as a prison for nobles and churchmen. But the hill beneath it holds a much older story. Fragments of pottery and ancient coins reveal traces of human presence dating back to the Bronze and Iron Ages. A settlement or a sacred place, scattered and silent, long vanished into the soil. In the distance, the peaks of Germany's Black Forest rise faintly through the haze. We begin our descent toward the monastery of Notre-Dame de Dusenbach. A few last glimpses of the castles and the Rhine plain. We're passing by the Rocher du Kalfels, a natural outcrop high above the secluded valley of Dusenbach and its monastery. But is it truly as natural as it appears? Take a look. Then we arrive at Notre-Dame de Dusenbach, a place of retreat and devotion, quietly resting in the shadow of the woods. It has been a place of pilgrimage since the early 13th century. Eginolf II of Rapoltstein founded the first chapel in 1210 after his return from the Crusades, placing here a statue of the Virgin Mary. In 1260 and again in 1297, his descendants added two more Gothic chapels, one as the fulfillment of a vow. Despite repeated destructions, during the 30 Years' War and the French Revolution, the pilgrimage tradition survived. Beneath the monastery, the forest path becomes a way of the cross, a silent procession through stone and time. Long before the monastery was founded, this valley may already have been a place of reverence, a quiet hollow shaped by water, stone, and silence. Even today, the forest seems to remember something older than the path we walk. On the way back, the forest begins to close behind us. The castles, the monastery, the paths, they remain. But we carry something with us now, something older, something still alive.